What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 25 different altcoins today. I'm going to keep this introduction brief, but I do want to say a couple things because it is new. We're doing things differently on the channel now. For those of you that don't know, I used to do requests every single day, and I still write requests down and take note of people's requests every day. But from here on and from today and going forward, I will only be doing request videos on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. For some of you, it might be Wednesday when you watch this, but for me, making this is Tuesday. It works best for me that way. I can cram all these request videos in on those 3 days. You know, keep things relative. You know, 3 days a week. That's still pretty good in my opinion. I think a lot of you also see that that's fine. I asked for some feedback in the Discord, and I received a lot of positive feedback on this idea. Also, people on the live stream whenever I announced that, and also on like the YouTube comments, you guys seem to be okay with that format as well. So going forward, 3 days a week I will be doing requests. The other days I will be doing things that are a little bit more specific or maybe even more in depth. And I say that, and I did a pretty in-depth video recently on Bitcoin, but check it out if you haven't already. It's my most recent video. But it was really a lot of speculation, so it might not be the best video. But anyways, it's all speculation. But anyways, guys, 3 days a week, request days, and then the rest will be for other things. Fundamental analyses going forward, comparison videos, teaching, or hopefully, maybe not teaching, I don't know if that's the right word I should use, but showing you guys my process when it comes to technical analysis and how you too could start your own journey. I will even like show you guys resources and tools that you can use for yourself and stuff like that on days that I'm not doing requests. So if that all sounds good to you, hit the like button. If it doesn't sound good to you, and you have a problem with it, leave a scathing comment, please. Just tell me why I suck, and let's get started, man. 25 altcoin videos, altcoin requests in one video. Let's get started. I'm going to pause the music now so it's not playing during the TA. We're going to do that. Starting it off right now, we're doing LITT for Elijah Went Up, Flux for Anon Girder, Filecoin for Killer B, GMT for Benji III, CVC for Unlawful Law, Velo and Ave for the Unleavened Baptist, WTK for Daniel Bandini. Right after the Unleavened Baptist, I know he loves WTK, WEN for Flower Child, and then we're talking about Sushi for Amar's Eve, ETC for Worldwide Cars, HBAR for WLX the Earth, Goldfinch and Polyswarm for Jonas the Brother, Myst and Well for Chad Shi, SWFT for Eric Silva, FIDA for Haterside, ICP for Eric Solario, Lunacy, Luna Classic for B Van Ballpen, My Lady or Me Lady for Joe Sendehar, or maybe it's Hoe Sendehar, I don't know. PSP for Daniel Mullen, FET and RNDR for Mr. Lecil, LECIL, I think, and then IOTX for Dave Thurman, IOTEX for Dave Thurman. It's 25 coins, and with that, let's get into it. Did I pause the music before I read that? I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. I should have left it playing, but it's paused now. We're going forward. Let's do this. Getting started. All right, so Lit Labs looking a bit desperate, right? You had this nice bit of consolidation, pretty consistent, very clean, and then you just recently dipped. Things might be getting good, guys. This might be your last little like pit stop before seeing glory to the upside. It's very, very common to kind of sell off right before you get the pumpiest. It's always dumpiest before the pumpiest. IOTX said that. He always says that, man, and that I just think that's a funny way to say it, but it's also very true. You know, like for example here, before you had this major run up, it wasn't like you just like slowly climbed up and then boom, took off all of a sudden. You had one last little move down and then up, and it wasn't that big of a dump, but one last little move down and then up. One last little move down and then up is probably a safe bet in my opinion. But let's look at this on a weekly time frame. Look at the RSI. RSI is pretty not oversold, but pretty low. You could go lower to the oversold zone, low to high. Closed right at the 382, and it looks like you're having a positive reaction. That's actually a really good look, you guys. This is a really good look, man. Don't stop here. Keep going, because if you do close below the 382, what that means is likely you'll go down to about 1.3 cents, maybe even below a cent itself is absolutely on the table. Again, the weekly RSI could go down to the oversold zone. That wouldn't be crazy at all. In fact, most of the time, a general rule of thumb that I have is when you go overbought and you get below the 50, you look for that oversold zone. But you could be bouncing here. It does happen in relatively strong, charts, which this does look pretty strong. You also found support right in this previous wicking high right here. Come on, if I can get to it right there. So that's not nothing, man. That does count for something. And going below your 382 like that and then coming back up and closing above it, it's very common whenever you're looking to find your low and then move higher. Pairing that with the original thought as well, that being nice and tight on this whole consolidation, seeing your last little sell off before you run up, that's also a very common thing. Pretty decent volume on this day as well. There's a lot of good things going for it. Looking at the daily RSI, bullish divergence. I don't know, man. I want to see you continue. If you close below this day, you run the risk of going below that low, and if you go below that low there, you run the risk of going below a cent. So just continue from here. Continue to go up higher. Really what you want to do is start forming a higher high. Get your first higher high that you've looked for. You would at least, if you went down, you would at least go to about 1.3 cents, if not 9.4 cents, or even lower than that. So don't go below this low here at 1.58 cents. What you really want to do right now is get above 2.63 cents, and beyond that you want to get above this high. That's what you want to do. You want to get above this high, and then beyond that you want to get above your 618, which is at 3.6071 cents. You want to get above that, and really once you take out these kind of highs, these two very close highs together, it's on, man. It's really on, all the way up to 8.6 to 13.6 cents. You're at 2.1 cents now. So I do think inevitably you want to go up there. It's just, will you do that now, or do you have lower to go? My bet is that you've found your low, that you're not going to go lower, and that you will go higher. But really getting above this 236 I think would be a crucial thing to do, getting above these low points here that you had, and then truthfully also just forming a higher high. Something above this high for sure, but above these kind of highs here would be nice. So keep moving. Don't stop here. That's really all I have to say on that. Yeah, 4 hour looks fine. It's a bit neutral, but it looks constructive for the time being. Not gonna lie, I really like how you've been holding the 382, but I'd like you to get continuation. Don't stop here, man. Don't stop here. If you do, you run the risk of going pretty significantly lower. So not to say that it won't come back, but just for the time being. Anyways, Flux. We're moving on to Flux. For I don't give no Flux. Let's see. Oh, got to plug that in. Let's see here. Yeah, we're good. We'll do that. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold up. There we go. All right. From relative high to low, you went all the way up to your 1272. It seems that you've shown respect on this fib, so I think finding resistance here would more or less call for a move down to about $1.12, if not even 96.5 cents. You're at $1.33.5 right now. So looking at the weekly, pretty overbought. Looking like you want to get out of the overbought zone. You could bounce right here, though it's very uncommon to bounce before you see your 100 level, or at least your 886 level. The one thing that has me thinking you could bounce right in this area is if we put a horizontal line right here at your current price. It's back at this resistance point and support point, so it is beyond the fibs. It is a significant level in the price for you to find support. So as long as you're holding this area, you're fine. But if you do close the week or a couple of days below about $1.33, just a little bit lower than you are now, then likely you will see $1.12.3, if not 96.5 cents, somewhere in between there. And that's very common. That's totally healthy, totally fine to do. I wonder if we take this fib, I wonder if there's anything to that. Not really anything. I feel like that isn't as respected, and that makes sense, right? Because this move overall is different than this move here, which sent you up here. Maybe we can take the low to high. Your 382 is right down there. I mean, that wouldn't be crazy at all, man. But for the time being, I'm not completely convinced. I am kind of thinking you could hold support here. It is a classic, or it's a respected area in the charts, and you're at your overbought zone right now. You could find support here. Maybe you close the week around here. Maybe you go lower this week and then come back up and close here. That wouldn't look bad, but it all depends. If you close this week below $1.33, then I think you might be going a little lower. Again, $1.12 to 96.5 cents or something like that. The daily RSI does look a bit weak, I'm not going to lie. It kind of looks like you're breaking out of this structure. If you're to move up, you'd want to do it now. But bearish engulfing candle yesterday, I don't know. Doesn't necessarily look good. I'm not a fan of the 4-hour either, so you need to start doing some bullish things today, because if not, you definitely do run the risk of going down to about $1.12, if not 96.5 cents. So that's Flux. Yeah. If you can hold above $1.33, you're fine, but you might not, man. You might not. So, and then inevitably you'll go up. That kind of pullback again down to 96.5 or $1.12. That's a healthy, that's a standard pullback. So don't be thrown off by that. But inevitably it will go higher. Just for now, I would say I think it wants to go down. That's my genuine opinion on Flux. Filecoin. Did I have that on the list? No. Okay, cool. I mean, I had it on the list, obviously, for Killer B, but I just wanted to make sure. I've got two sides of this list here, man. It went off the page. High to low here, relative high to low. Beautiful. See what I mean? You went up to your expected range, came down to your 100.886 area, just like that. Beautiful. Found support. Now you're moving higher. That's essentially what you want to see for Flux. You want to come down, find support, and then you can go higher again. Yeah, I don't mind this daily RSI. You bounced right off of your bearish area of control. You dipped into it and then bounced right off of it. You're back above the 50. It looks good. You're flirting with that 1272. You are above it. You did close above it too. So all good things. Let's look at the weekly, see what you're doing there. Oh yeah, breaking out of your accumulation range. What you did was you broke out, you're back testing it for support, and you're just moving higher. Yeah, it looks good. It looks building volume as you go up. This looks really good, Filecoin. I remember talking about this though. I don't assume that it's going to see new all-time highs, because already from where it was at this all-time high, let's just do it real quick. CoinGecko, real quick. Hopefully it won't take that long. About $5 billion. Okay, $5 billion is what you're at. For the max all-time history for Filecoin, the highest market cap that you saw on a closing basis was 12.2 billion. 12.2. You're at 5 billion now. So how can it be that if it's at 5 billion now and 12, come on, man, something like that, yeah, right there. 12.2 would essentially be a 2.4x, which would be 140% growth. That right there, how could it be that the price would only have to go to essentially like $24, $23 to see the same market cap that you saw up here? And just to show you, that's in March of 2021. This high back here, that was actually April. That was actually April. Oh, wow. So your all-time high here wasn't even your actual all-time high in price. Your all-time high in price, oh no, that was, okay, so that's March. That was the week, oh, that was the last week, so that was April. This week actually was in April, so never mind. Anyways, the reason why the same market cap would be achieved at these prices as it was there is because you've seen a massive inflow of new coins being diluted. Your fully diluted valuation would be 18.5 billion, right? You're only at 5 billion now, so you've got a lot more to dilute. What I'm trying to get at is I don't doubt that Filecoin could see a $100 billion market cap. It absolutely could happen. But what I do doubt is if we're at 5 billion now, 100 billion would be a 20x from here, essentially. I doubt that the price will see a 20x from here. That's what I doubt, okay? That's what I very much do doubt. And I don't even know if Filecoin deserves a $100 billion market cap. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But a 20x, just to put it from here, from the current price, being a $100 billion market cap, wouldn't even get you to new all-time highs. So I don't think that it's going to see new all-time highs this cycle. But I do think as of right now, it looks like it wants to go up higher. I do like the daily. I think you do want to go higher. You probably want to interact with this 382 area around $13 to $14, closer to $14, but still around like $13.70 or something like that. Let's get a relative high to low on there. Yeah, 1272 lining up with the macro 382. Yeah, you want to go to about 14 bucks. Probably even just a little bit above that right now. Like right now, you're in the midst of that move, right? Just as like you were in the midst of this move up whenever you found your low here, you're essentially like here on that move, right? You're about to start moving up, probably higher. You just broke above your 50, right? Right here, you just broke above your 50, pulled back a little bit, and then went up higher. So yeah, you're gonna move up higher, man. Yep, I think so. I like it. I like it. Filecoin looks like it wants to go up higher. Let's talk about GMT. I spent way too much time talking about that one on Coinbase here. Steppen. Man, Steppen, you guys, I actually don't like Steppen at all. It sounded like a scam from the beginning, in my opinion. And this is not a good-looking chart, man. That is not a good-looking RSI. Getting a lot of volume, but you're not following through like that. I don't like that, man. What you have is a diamond pattern, I think. I think you've got some form of like a diamond pattern. It's a horribly drawn diamond, but I hope you can see it. It's definitely a consolidation phase at the top. Something like that. That's your diamond right there. A little bit cleaner. So whatever you break, that's going to be your just because it's a diamond top does not mean it is a top. If you go above it, diamonds are known for their wicks above, so it can be a little sloppy. All right, they've got some leeway. But if you close above it on a weekly, then you likely will go higher. However, if you close below it on a weekly, you likely will go lower. And I don't like the way this RSI looks, man. I haven't liked this coin from the beginning, man. My mom bought some of this, and I don't know. She had hopes for it. I had hopes for it too, but I knew, man. Like it sounded like a scam. There's these coins that they have these ideas that they actually kind of sound like good ideas, but the follow through and the tokenomics behind it only gear it for going down, really. So I don't know, man. I don't see this thing doing well. But I'm not going to go over it like I did with Filecoin. But let's look at the more immediate term stuff. You do have, it's not technical bearish divergence because this, is it though? That high is slightly lower than this high, so you do have bearish convergence, not bearish divergence. But I don't like how much volume you have and how much you reject. Like I don't like that at all. Definitely a consolidation range. You can, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you have to go down. You absolutely could move up, but let's just see here. Relative high to low. Shout out to my mom if she's watching. I love you, Mom. Double rejection off the 618 is not a good look either. But finding support on the 382 and holding it as support is a good look. So you've got that at least going for you. With this look, I would expect that you find resistance up here. You probably do go up to 48.9 or like 48.7 cents. I'm sorry, 57.23 cents, somewhere up in that area. You find resistance, and if you can find support here, cool, you're going higher. If not, it wouldn't surprise me if you went lower, obviously. Just with the way that you look on the fibs right now. I just don't like the weekly RSI. The daily RSI isn't giving me enough, in my opinion. It looks fine for the time being, but it could look bad also. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to stick with what I was thinking in the beginning. I think you're going to break this to the downside, and at which case we're looking for 20 cents, man. You're at 34 cents right now. 21 to 20 cents, 618. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah. Yep. I'm sticking with it. That's my thoughts. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Really, you'd have to probably break above, not go above, but break above like 37.5 cents on a weekly basis. Close above the 618, close above this diamond patterns resistance point, and then we can talk about you going higher. But until then, I definitely do think you're going lower. Around 20 cents is what I'm thinking. So that is GMT CVC. We're never going to get through with this video at this pace, so let's bump it up a little bit, you guys. We're up 56% this week. Beautiful to see. Is this the best chart to use? It was not the best chart to use. Maybe Kraken provides a better chart. Nope, that's definitely not what we want. Maybe Binance. Aha, there we go. Binance. All right. Is that still? I wonder. Let's just see. Hold on. It goes back so much further than that. Where? Perpetual futures, no. We'll just leave it on this. We'll leave it on this for now. Because I do want the all-time history. Low to high. 618. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of a nice look, actually, man. I like that. Weekly RSI, don't look half bad. Of course, you're having this week. I wouldn't buy it, man. Don't chase it. It's a pump and dump. You can see anytime that you've had these big green weeks, you get wicks to the upside. That is your only big green week without a big green wick. Yeah. So, and even then, shortly after, you came back. You even went back to like right around the top of this. So, I wouldn't buy here, man. You're at a 91 in the RSI right now. If you close this week higher, it's only going to be hotter. On the daily, you're at a point that you found resistance several times. Let's look at the fibs for what you've got. top to bottom, yeah, you hit your deep extensions. If you close below your 1618 now, you're looking to go to about 21.4 cents, being at 24.7 cents now, potentially all the way down to about 17.6 or 16.8, even down to 15.4 cents. But first, I would look at this price, if not somewhere in between these prices. 17.6 to 21.4 cents is the kind of target area, with a heavy emphasis on that 21.4. But if it breaks 16.8, 17.6, absolutely possible. Daily RSI does not look bad. 4-hour RSI does not look bad either. I just think, you know, you've been hot, you want to go down, you probably want to cool off. So yeah, a little standard volatility consolidation. I want to get the low to high here, see if that lines up with anything. 382 right at your 1272. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yep. I think that's where you're going, man. Probably a heavy emphasis around that 21.4, 21.6 cent area. Going down for now, and then you'll probably make your next leg up. Yep. Let's look at it on Binance real quick. Decent volume. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good, yeah. I think it wants to continue. I think you will potentially see new all-time highs this cycle, which could lead you up to $2, $5, $31. Let's see, what's this thing's market cap at? Is that even possible? 206 million, yeah, it's possible, man. Absolutely, it's possible. Some people, you know, I know I talk about the highs. I'm not afraid to talk about the highs, okay? I'm not afraid at all to talk about them. Let's talk about it. It genuinely could go all the way up to $80. It could happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but it could happen. And I'm not just saying it could happen like, oh, it could go to $1 million. Like, no, I'm not saying that, because that would give you technically a 320x roughly. All right, 320. Let's just do the math on the Google calculator, because I'm too lazy to do it myself. But 320 times the current market cap, which would be essentially, let's call it 207. We'll round up 207 million. So 1,000 will be a billion, all right, when we get our answer. So that's $66 billion. It's a high market cap, especially for something with as strange of a chart as this, okay? But let's be fair. You've got higher lows. You've got an increased amount of volume. It's not showing on this chart, but you've got an increased amount of volume coming off of this low here. If you were to see new all-time highs, you absolutely could go into the tens of billions of dollars. A $66 billion market cap is something that we've seen time and time again in crypto, and it's been around for multiple cycles. Does it deserve that? I don't know. This chart doesn't look too bad. I don't like that you have lower highs, but I do like that you have higher lows. The ball's in your court, man. If you can break this high, absolutely, absolutely, I believe that it's possible that you could see $2, $5, $10, $30, $80. And as we get higher, of course, it's less likely. But my personal thoughts would be that this coin could see a 100x by the end of the cycle. It really could. It really, really could. I would not bet that out. I would not count that out at all. The 2272 is regarded on a lot of different cryptos and different things. But the expected zone would be anywhere from like an 8x to a 21x from here. And to me, I think you'd go higher. I really do. But who knows? We'll see. CBC. Just throwing it out there. Just because I say that, though, doesn't mean that it has to go up here. It could stop at $2. That's the lowest. I gave that lowest target for a reason. It could stop there. And that doesn't mean that if it hits here, I'm going to be like, yeah, I was right. No, because I'm not. Who cares about being right, man? I'm giving you the template. It could even go up here. I'm not going to claim I was right on any of these. I'll just be like, you know, we were prepared for this because any and all of these possibilities are there. That's how I do it. So just because I talk about the all-time high potential, I normally give the max potential, which means that's like the maximum I could see it going to, which roughly in my mind would just mean that that's not the one that I think is the most likely if that happens. Sometimes when I talk about the highs, it's not necessarily the most probable, but it is possible, if that makes any sense. I base it on possibilities, and then I lay out the probabilities on prices, just so nobody gets confused. But talking way too much, man. I think every single time I've gone through these, I've been like, I need to speed it up, and I'm just not doing it. Let's see. There we are. Velo, you want me to talk about the red one? That's right. The red one, I remember. High to low, 618 resistance, double resistance. But hey, you're moving up. I don't mind this at all, man. Your weekly RSI does look nice. I think, man, once you break above that 618, once you break above 2067 on a weekly basis, you close above there, you are moving up to 1.18 cents. You are moving up to 2.7 cents, even all the way up to 5 cents. All those targets. Like really, this would be your last barrier, the 886 from riches and glory. So Absolutely, right now, man, you could be in the middle of a move. Once you break out of this, once you break above the 618, you could be in the middle of something that would take you all the way up to like a 10x from here, or an 8x or something like that. Like, truthfully, it could look just like that. Maybe it takes more time, but with how you're looking, with how wound up your RSI is, I think you're due for an explosive move just like that. Like, literally just like that. If we take it, it's pretty comparable. It's actually just a little bit taller. But if we took that from here, I mean, that'd put you all the way up at 3.6 cents. That's like right smack dab in the middle of the zone of expectations there. So anywhere from 2.7 cents, 5.6 cents, maybe a heavy emphasis on that 3.6 cent area. Yeah, looking good, bro. Looking good. Consolidating until you're not. The daily RSI looks good. You're ready to freak, man. You are ready. You're getting frisky. You're getting frisky. You're even slipping to the upside. You're like, oh, I want to do it. Oh, not yet. Hold the bags. Let us buy some more before we go. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking really good. This one might take the cake. It might be the winner. Just speaking out, speaking bluntly. Because how much of a gain would that be? And it would probably happen in a very short amount of time, guys. I'm talking like weeks or 2 months, 2 weeks to 2 months. Who knows how long? But 4x, 6x almost. That would be a 9x, 4 to 9x, bro. And if it's April, May, like before June, that's not bad. I don't think anybody would be upset with that. Velo, looking good. Looking pretty good. Dion Levin Baptist, you might have the winner tonight, man. And each time I've said that, I've actually been pretty accurate whenever I make those preemptive calls, so we'll see. But Ave looking good in its own right, man. Looking a lot like Compound. Accumulated for a long time. Last little phase of accumulation at the end of this accumulation zone. Broke out, back tested the breakout point, now you're moving higher. Or looking to move higher, I should say. Looks good. I like that weekly RSI a lot. To be fair, with how it looks, it wouldn't be crazy if you did that, but I just wouldn't think you would do that because based on price, to do that, you would have to come back into your accumulation phase. I don't see that happening. I would like to see more volume, but let's see. Maybe we've got that on Binance. We might just not have it on. It's more volume technically, but it's not the volume profile I'm looking for. But it is more volume than Coinbase. But let's see. High to low. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're looking good, man. You're probably very soon, like similar time frames to what I was just saying with the last one, 2 weeks to 2 months. You're probably moving up to that $240 to $300 area. You might even be moving all the way up to like just below $500, somewhere around these highs over here at around like 430 to 450. Yeah, looking good, looking pretty good, Ave. Yeah. 4-hour RSI looks good, dude. I love that. You're above your 382, holding above it. Yeah, you're looking above your 123 moving average. Beautiful. You guys, I say this time and time again, okay? Let's do this real quick because I've talked about the 123 moving average a few times. When you're in an uptrend, which I define the uptrend of any time frame like this, actually, and I haven't done this in a while. I've done this actually a lot in my early days, but this isn't necessarily how I always define an uptrend, but using the RSI, this is a pretty telltale way to do it, okay? There's a few steps involved, so just pay attention. This is a method of mine that I've kind of found to help out and to be true here. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of the MA. I don't care about your Bollinger Bands or whatever that is. I don't care about any of that. Regular bullish, regular bear. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of that. Overbought gradient fill, oversold gradient fill. I don't want any of that. All right, so. And then it's at a 123. Yes, we're at that, so okay. This is how I do it, all right? With two RSIs. I have the long-term RSI and the short-term RSI. And this is all coming back to the point that I was just getting away from, but I'll get back to it, I promise you. Whenever your long-term RSI is above the 50, which you have, that's a good thing, right? There's three things you want. You want your long-term RSI above the 50, which you've got. You actually bounce off it, which is really nice. You want your 123 moving average sloping upwards, which you have. It is sloping upwards. And then what's the third thing, man? I can't remember. Oh, I don't remember what the third thing is. There were three things. It's been so long since I've talked about this dynamic. But essentially, I mean, what is the third thing, man? There were three things. Why am I drawing a blank on this? This does not look good for me, man. Talking like I know stuff. Let's see. Above the 50. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, generally speaking, when your RSI, your long-term RSI is above the 50, anytime that you see price going below the 123 moving average, it's the most ideal time to buy. Essentially, and I'm forgetting what the third thing is, man. I'm going to have to watch some of my older videos to remember what the hell I was saying. It's not even something that like I learned from anybody that I taught. It was something that I discovered myself, so I'm a little upset that I'm not remembering my own rules here, but it's okay. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Essentially, when you're in an uptrend with the 123 moving average with your price, which I would say absolutely you're in an uptrend right here, anytime you're below the green line is like the more optimal areas to buy. And you can see that here, right? If you bought here, great time to buy. If you bought here, great time to buy. If you sold up here, bought down there, you're killing it, man. If you bought down here, like literally killing it. If you bought anywhere below this green line, it was a longer phase, but still killing it. And every single time you were above the 50. Sure, you went a little bit below it, but I'd count that as a bounce above the 50. So getting a little sidetracked there, but I might leave the long-term RSI up going throughout the rest of this video. We'll see. Let me know, guys, is it a headache? Should I not have 2 indicators on there? That's the main reason why I got rid of the long-term RSI. I felt like I liked having a bigger screen for the charts, but just let me know in the comments. Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? Is this too much of a headache? Should I get rid of it and just have the regular short-term RSI on there? Because I do look at the long-term myself on my own time, but not for the videos. Because again, I just feel like it looks like there's too much going on. But while we're at it, let's make it a fun color. We'll make it. Oh, that's already kind of the same color. We'll make it orange. There we go. Yeah, looking like you want to move up. All that to say, Ave, you look like you want to move up to, again, like $200, $300, maybe even up to $500, like just below 500, 450, something like that. Yeah, looking good. WTK on BitTrue, looking good. You're above your 50. You are above your green line. I think that's what it was to identify an uptrend. Now I remember. It is you have to be above your green line. That's step 1. You want to be above the 50, step 2, and then step 3 is having the green line sloping upwards. That's what it is. And I couldn't think of it because the last one, it was already above its green line, like clearly. So that's what it was. The 3 things you want. You want to be above your 123, you want your 123 to slope upwards, and you want this 123 moving average to be above the 50. So you've got 2 out of 3. That does signal that you're probably going to turn this into an uptrend. You're trying to start it now. You're coming off of a downtrend in your 4 hour. Let's look at the daily. Short-term RSI looking fine, I would say. Honestly, yes. I think WTK wants to move up, you guys. We had that positive reaction. I remember, yeah. We were down here. We were literally down at the depths here, and I said, we need to move up. You can't go lower. If you go lower, it's bad. We're having that positive reaction. Let's continue it, you guys, because if we do, if WTK can continue moving higher from here, likely we're going to go up to 6.3 cents, 8.6 cents. You're at 3.1 cents now. So that's my prediction. Man, I like that weekly bounce on the 52. That's my thoughts. I think you're moving up right now to 6.3 cents, if not 8.6 cents. Yeah, you're in the midst of that. Absolutely. That's my thoughts. Yep. Anything down, probably not that much, and you've got significantly higher to go. So that's WTK. Let's talk about Wen. Wenny on Mexi. Oh, it's on KuCoin, huh? I'd rather talk. Maybe Mexi it is. Less scam wicks. High to low. It's a nice looking fib, man. I like that. 1414, 1272 hit this area. Expected range back to your 886, 100 level. And moving up to the next fib target. It's classic. It's like what I say every single time I talk about this, man, is not this specific thing, but things with fibs where you go into your expected range, right? This case, the last fib area that you touched was your 1414. You reached for the 1618, but you didn't quite hit it. Pulled back to this zone, found support there, and then you moved up to your next fib level, which is the 1618. Hold on. So yeah, you could turn around from here, being at about half a cent. You could. It wouldn't be crazy. You're just getting overbought, though. I mean, it's not the nicest day, but that's a pretty nice day. Not a lot of volume. What about KuCoin? KuCoin's got a little bit more volume. I think it has more volume than Mexi too. I just want to be sure. 11.9 billion. KuCoin had 17. Yeah. So okay. So that's nice. That actually is nice. Let's see. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, man, I think you want to continue higher. I do. If you pull back from here, I doubt you go below 304. You're at 3045. You could go a little bit lower in the immediate terms, but by the time a lot of you watch this video or even get to this part of the video, I would think it turns up again. It looks very bullish. Yeah, wants to go higher, absolutely. So we'll see you at 0.00054, if not 0.000756, somewhere there very soon. That's my thoughts. Let's talk now. We're on the next page. Get rid of that. We're talking about Sushi. Sushi swap. In your accumulation phase, looking like you want to break out, crowding the 123 moving average. Love to see it, man. I like what you're doing with the weekly RSI as well, the short-term RSI, getting above the 50 on the short-term daily RSI, finding support at key areas. Yeah, you look good, man. You look pretty damn good. Not a lot of volume down here, but that's okay. You'll probably get more volume as you move up. Yeah, I think you do. Let's see how you react with that 187, 192 area. I think right now you're in the middle of a move that'll take you up to 237, 268, 269, something like that. Maybe even higher. Maybe even higher. Let's see what you did last time. High to low. And a little bit above your 1618. So you do have the 2272 up there. So maybe 270 is where you go, where you stop out for your next high. But you could crush it, man. You could go a lot higher as well. It's hard to say. 4 hour looks good. It all looks good, man. Yeah, I think so. So, yep. Moving higher for Sushi. Let me just look at it on a weekly basis real quick, because if you were doing that, you're actually breaking out of this accumulation phase. So I would think you might see a more impressive move, something like this, if you were to see that kind of movement. At which case, I would think, yeah, man, you might be moving up to 534. You're at $1.81. You might be moving up to this 618. Breaking out of this accumulation phase, by the way, is your 382. Generally speaking, the next target would be up here, your 618, 69. You could find turbulence at your 0.5. If you do, it would look something like this, right? Like you find turbulence back to your 382 for support and then up. But still, like this is the general expected area that I would think that you go to. So $5 to $7, really $5.34 to $7 is on the menu right now, and probably in a very short amount of time. Breaking this accumulation phase, I don't think you're going to move up like this, where you move up a little bit and then move sideways for a while, and then move up and then move sideways for a while. I think if you break this accumulation range that you have, very well established, right, you're going to see fireworks. It's going to be a quick move. It's going to be stuff like this. It's going to be just like that, right? It's going to be like this, but without the rollover. It's going to continue. So $5.34 to $7 is where you want to go, Sushi. More bullish than I was giving it credit for at first. ETC, Ethereum Classic. Also a very bullish looking chart, to be fair. A lot of people discount ETC, but it's a very bullish looking chart, man. It's actually a very, very bullish, one of the more bullish looking charts in crypto, if I'm going to be fair. You're at a point where you need to continue to prove yourself. Because if this cycle, you only form a double top, or a lower high, or a slightly higher high, that would be kind of a double top still. That's not good enough. You want to continue with this trajectory that you have. You want to come up and like see this kind of channel being respected, if you want to continue being respected, ETC. So looking at this thing on the weekly, I do like it, right? You're above your 50. You're above your 123 moving average. The 123 moving average just needs to slope up, and then you'll definitely be in an established downtrend or uptrend. There's no debating it. As of right now, I think it's safe to assume that you are in an uptrend, but we only have 2 out of the 3 C-Zar criteria, so let's see if the rest of it can come through as well. High to low. Cracked above your 382, pulled back a little bit, but I don't know, man. You found support right at this previous like weekly closing high. You could go lower. I don't know. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's look at the daily. Look at the daily. The weekly RSI, by the way, the short-term RSI looks nice. And I don't have a problem with the long-term RSI either. Daily RSI, you're above the 50, above the green line sloping up, so you're definitely in an uptrend on the daily. Looking good, bro. Yeah. I think that was a higher low. You're looking like you want to find your next higher high, in which case we'd look for $44, $51, somewhere in that range, with a heavy emphasis on that $47 area, $46, $47 area. Yeah, looking good, bro. I bet you don't stop there, honestly. I bet you're going up. Yeah, that's your 61869 of a more grand fib. You're actually probably moving up. Again, another one where I'm a little bit more bullish after thinking about it. You're probably moving up to 64 to 77.30. That's what I think. Yeah, I think you're doing that. Yep. Looks good. Looks good to me. All of it looks good, man. It all looks good. Yep. I wonder. I'm going to take this away real quick. We're going to go on the monthly and we'll work it down. Maybe we'll, yeah, let's do the monthly. Fine. Yeah. MA ribbon. Log it. Dude, that is bullish, dude. That's really bullish. I like the weekly. Bullish. So bullish. Wow, that, yeah, maybe we should have led with that. That's a really bullish look on the monthly, man. Very tightly wound. Kind of almost had a false cross, but dude, this looks really, you guys, ETC, I really do think all-time highs, new all-time highs should be put on the table. After seeing that on the ribbon, you guys, this thing double bottom too, 359, 896. You're at $32 now. You could go all the way up to your 2272, but I think that in respects to this channel, let's just put a line on it, right? Kind of in respects to that, maybe it's something more like this. I don't know. We can shave it down a little bit, something like that. You know, coming out 2025, maybe not that far. So yeah, I don't know, man. Anything between 359, 896, absolutely on the table. Absolutely, it is. Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's the end of 2025. Yeah. Maybe not the 2272. Yeah. But the 1618 and the 1272 are definitely on the table. It's looking good, looking really good. That's ETC. Let's talk next about HBAR. You guys hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do these request videos 3 times a week. I compile them throughout the days, throughout the week, and then throw them all together in videos like this. If you have a request, feel free to leave it in the comments section. I'm happy to fulfill those requests, man. Very happy to fulfill them. HBAR on this. We're on Binance, right? And then on Coinbase. So Binance it is. We might do Binance. Crypto.com. Nope. All right. Man, a lot of people are super bullish on HBAR. They really like HBAR. Some bigger accounts than I have, that's for sure, are bullish on this. And I don't know enough about it, I guess, to disapprove of that. But it's still such a new coin. I mean, 2019, end of 2019. That's older than a lot of coins that are referenced these days, but it's still such a new coin. How do you know? How do you know it's going to do so well? You never know. You never know with new coins, man, unless they have low market caps, which this thing does not have a low market cap, does it? $4 billion. That's, I mean, ay. This is its second bull cycle. It is the second bull cycle that it's had. It has been through one full bear cycle. I mean, 4 billion. That's a 10x right there. So that's 40 billion. That would essentially put it over 100 billion. So I don't know about 320, but $1.25, yeah, that's fine. But those aren't like insane gains. I mean, those are nice gains. I wouldn't be upset with that at all. A 10x to potentially a 24x, 25x. It's not bad. I guess that'd be more than that, wouldn't it? It'd be like a 28x. I just don't see that happening. So I would say $1.25 to $1.85 is possible for the cycle. But looking at the RSIs, I like the monthly RSI. The weekly RSI looks good to me. I'm going to take away this fib for what it's worth. Actually, real quick. Finding support on the 382 after finding resistance on it, breaking above your accumulation range, finding support on your accumulation range, and the 382. 61869 is where you're going. You're going to go to 20 to 24.5 cents. That's your next move up, and it will probably happen just like this move did here, just like this move here. It's going to be quick. It's not going to be like this. It's it's going to be quick, very, very quick. So probably before June, you'll be up at 20 to 24.5 cents. You're at 11.8 cents now, so that's a good amount of gains. I say before June, it could be before April 12th. You know, like it's going to happen soon, man. Yeah, I like the daily RSI too. Bouncing at areas that you've bounced before, rejecting the bearish area of control, getting back above the 50. Yesterday wasn't the best day, was it? It was looking like it wanted to be the best day, but that just might be a psych out, man. That might be a psyops. I don't know. I'm going to go with, I think it wants to go higher, man. If it goes lower, you're still going to form a higher low. Maybe go to like 11.2 cents. You're at 11.83 right now, but I think you're going to go higher, man. 20 to 24.5 cents for HBAR in the coming weeks, if not coming months. Looking good. Goldfinch. Is it GLD? I forget what it is. GFL. Goldfinch. GFI. That's what it was. GFI. Wow, doing great, bro. Doing great. Nice. Up 18% today, 35 yesterday. Dude, you're doing phenomenal for yourself. Good job, Goldfinch. All the Goldfinchsters out there. I think it's older than 2022, isn't it? No, it's 2022. Decent volume too. Yeah, wow, looking really good. I don't know anything about this coin, but these kind of movements, 87% this week, it's making me want to know about it. You guys have been requesting it for quite some time, some of you out there, so it's definitely been on the radars. I just haven't picked any up myself, but hey, high to low here. Looking like you respect the fibs. Yeah, you're moving up to $6.34 to $9.10, man. You're at 444 now. You think it's nice being up 85% week 2, you're up over 100% this week. This week, yeah, you're probably this week moving up a total. You're gonna like double what you're at now. You're up 85%. You're gonna move up 165% before this week's done. If not, then next week, man. Like you're in the middle of this move. You're already so close to the 618. I don't see a scenario where you don't very soon see this $6.34. You could go all the way up to your 6.9 as well, $9.10. Very overbought on your weekly RSI, almost pushing a 98, a 99 area. That is really hot, so don't get too excited. Do remember that you're very hot on the RSI. You probably, when it's said and done, whenever you get to those price areas, you'll probably pull back to this area as a low, if not even a little bit lower. These fibs are not helping. These extensions are not helping at all. So yeah, I stand by, I guess, what I said a second ago, which is $6.34 to $9.10. That's where you're going, man. It looks really good. It looks really, really good. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, that's GFI. Good job. Good job to all the Goldfinchers out there, man. Polyswarm, not Poiswarm. Polyswarm. NTC. I typed it in though. Isn't that it? NTC. Hold on. Polyswarm. NCT. Aha. NCT. On the weekly. Also doing good this week. Had a few good weeks and you've been chilling for the last couple weeks. Nice. Daily RSIs look good. Yeah, you look good, bro. I keep saying that. You look good, bro. Like a frat boy. I was never in a frat, guys. I went to a community college. I was going to go to a university. Fun facts. Fun facts about C-Zar. I was going to go to a university and went to orientation, had my dorms picked, my classes picked, everything. All I had to do was pay for classes and show up, man. And about 2 weeks until classes started, I wanted to stay in my hometown. I didn't want to leave. And I think that was the best decision for me, man. Honestly. Genuinely. It would have been fun going to uni, but I think it was the best decision to stay in my hometown. Spread my wings a little bit later, but that's okay, man. A lot of people my age, they went off, they left the hometown immediately, and then they're back within 2 to 3 years. Like, what did I do? I didn't know how good I had it. I'm like, that's why I didn't want to leave, man. It's a great place. Steamboat Springs, if you guys haven't been there, man, it's a beautiful place. It's fun. Good people and bad people. Not like bad people, but more like jackwagons. You know what I mean? People who think they're better than you. Maybe not better than me, but they think they're better than most people out there. No, I'm just kidding. They probably do think they're. I don't know, man. There are a lot of pompous people there. It's a rich ski town, so you get that vibe. You know what I mean? But it's also a rancher community. It's also, there's a lot of ag that goes on there, and a lot of people who've been around for a long time, that have ranching, like family generational ranchers. I'm talking about that now, which nobody probably cares about. But anyways, that's a little fun facts with C-Zar's life. Enough of that. Let's move on. 618 down to the 0.5, moving up higher. Let's see here. On a weekly basis, very hot, very hot. Looking strong, but very hot, bro. I like the daily RSI. I'm okay with the weekly RSI. I'm okay with what you're doing on a price perspective. I think you want to go higher. I do think you want to go higher. I'm going to stick with it. I think you do. Next target, 6.8 cents to just under 9 cents. You're at 3.6 cents now. So yeah, you're looking good. Looking like you want to go higher. Break above 4 cents. And 6.8 cents is a very strong likelihood. And I think you will. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I think you want to go higher. MYST. Oh, we're doing it on Dex Screener though, aren't we? MYST. Myst. On base, right? Okay. I don't have my RSI on here. Hold on. Relative Strength Index. Yeah. Interesting. Higher. It wants to go higher. It wants to go to, it's at $1,628. It's a bit higher than I'm used to talking about with these cryptos in number form, but probably wants to go to 2,455, maybe even all the way up to 4,600, but at least I would think above 2,000. You got another like $800 that you want to go, man. I think so. With what you're reaching, with how you're doing right now, I think so, yeah. I don't mind the 4 hour at all, but it bearish divergence, but no, it's not. It's, you got lower lows with higher lows. It's hidden bullish divergence. This kind of stuff is meant to psych people out, and it did form some bearish divergence. Technically, it had a down move here, but I wouldn't say that from here to here that's bearish divergence. I would say that these were bearish divergences, and you know, high here, high there, it just never got fulfilled. It never got fulfilled. You were forming hidden bullish divergence all along the way, holding support at key areas. I wouldn't call this bearish divergence. I can see where it looks like it, but again, it's there to trip you up. Really, what it is hidden bullish divergence, where you have lower lows while having higher lows. It's a really good look. When you're cooling off as you're building, like that's awesome. That's really awesome. So yeah, absolutely. I believe you're going up about another $800. You're on 2,450. If not potentially all the way up to 4,600, you might go up $3,000 from here, man. $800 to $3,000 more. You're looking good. Yeah, in the rather immediate terms. That would be my thoughts. But with a heavy emphasis on that $2,400 area is what I'm thinking. Well, let's talk about Well. Are these meme coins, man? Well, oh yeah, I've talked about this one before. I don't remember it, but I have talked about it. Wow. Hopefully I was bullish. Hopefully. I forget when the last time I talked. Wow, bro. Looking good. Yeah. Wow. Makes me wish I was holding it. Anybody that's had their eyes on it the last 3 weeks are definitely feeling the FOMO. I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about it. What's its market cap? Is it Moonwell? Is that what that's not the same symbol at all. 54% today. Or it's in the last 24 hours. Oh wait, no, sorry, here we go. I mean, it could be, because KuCoin or CoinGecko only does it off the 24-hour. What's the price? Then we'll know. That's it. That's the same one, right? I would think. You have a $98 million market cap. Yeah, man. That's being that you're at around $100 million market cap. You probably do find resistance here. You don't look like you're respecting these fibs at all. So it's not going to help us. We're kind of in unmarked territories, unchartable waters. I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at the RSIs. See if we can get something there. It looks great. It looks great. Yeah. If you close today red, you'd have some bearish divergence on your daily that could send you back down to, you're at 5.3 cents. You could go back down to 3.3 cents and maybe even cascade lower, because technically you would have double bearish divergence, which could send you all the way back to 1.4 cents. You're at 5.3 cents. You could go back to 1.4 cents, but you just might not, man. Maybe you form a higher low and then continue going. Being overbought, being so hot for so long, I just feel like this is unprecedented growth, but this is crypto, man. With low cap coins, you could see this thing run up all the way to 30 cents before it's really done. Who knows? But I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't make a genuine, like, I can't do technical analysis on this, guys. It's too new. There's not enough for me to feel I mean, you're building you look really good. You look really good. With the way that it's looking, if I had to guess, I would assume that you pull back a little lower. You could go as low as like a whole another cent from here and then continue to build. But if you break too much below that, if you break this like ascending low structure, you could drop 2 cents or 3 cents or 4 cents from here. But it's hard to say. Can't really do TA on something like this. But for what it's worth, in my genuine opinion, it does look like it wants to go up higher. But if you close today red, that would be an indication that you probably do at least go back to about 2 cents lower, 3.3 cents, down to 3.3 cents, if not all the way down to 1.4 cents. If you close today red, and you're up 18%. So just don't turn around, don't shit the bed today. That's well. Talking now about SWFT. No? Interesting. Oh, Swift C. Swift Coin. I think this is the one you wanted. I think you just said, Eric Silva, I think you just said SWFT. Maybe you said C and I just didn't see it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I think we found it. I'm pretty sure this is what you wanted. Looking good. Looking really good, yeah. We'll use Coinbase. I like the volume. Looks nice. Looks productive. You're probably going to come down and form a higher low at this point in time. High to low here. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. You're bouncing. Tip that 1618. Maybe not. Maybe you don't go down from here. Like maybe you already have. You could come back down to 0.004 and then go higher. That wouldn't be crazy at all. I like your weekly RSI. I don't mind your daily RSI. Flat base with descending highs, though. I kind of don't like the price action. Where like here you had a flat top with descending lows, and then you broke higher. You really could go back down to 4 cents, man. Just below that, even find support on previous areas of resistance and then move up. That makes sense to me. That's what you did before. So yeah, I bet you do. You probably drop down to about 0.004, and then you move up. 4 hours not giving us much, but I suppose it looks more bullish or bearish than bullish. You are below the 4 hour 123, and your 123 is sloping down. You're just above the 50 here, so probably going lower. Yeah, probably. Anyways, that's Swift Coin. Fida, Bonfida. 54.3 cents right now. Looking nice. Looking like you want to go higher, actually. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. I wonder, do we have more data? No. That's it. So Coinbase it is. You are at a point where you've found resistance before. If you are forming some kind of inverse head and shoulders, you could consolidate and move sideways from here and then break out. That could happen. So just be aware of that. I didn't mean to be on the monthly there. I thought I was on the weekly. So maybe not, actually. Nix that, what I just said. High to low. I like it, man. I like it. I think you want to move up immediately. You're probably going to go above the 1618, which is at 74.79 cents there, essentially. You'll probably go to your 1886, which is at about 90 cents. You're at 54.3 cents now. If not 90 cents, you're going up to $1.16. You could go higher because that is essentially breaking out of this zone here. So you might go all the way up to this low point here, which is right around your 2618. You might even go to the high point. So I mean, really anything I think right now, when you break out of this accumulation range, right, which that's what this is, when you break out of that, you're likely going to move up to $1.60 to $2.16. That's what I think. Fida looks good. Looks really good right now. I like the volume. I like everything about it. It looks great. ICP, long-awaited token. Oh man, ICP. Oh, it's moving up. Looking good. Hey. 29% up today, or this week. Sorry, not today. Bullish on the RSI, very bullish. Bullish on the price action too. Looks great. Looks really good. Daily RSI looking good, looking really good. Decent volume. It could be better, but it's decent. Back-to-back days with well above average volumes. That's not bad. 4 hour. Looking good, dude. Looking good across all your time frames, yeah. I think you want to move higher. You could, in the more immediate terms, move down a little bit. Maybe move down to $17.50, if not $15.9, like right there around $16. You could, and that wouldn't be bad at all. Just check back, find support down at your 382, previous areas of resistance going back here. Oops. If I just put a line like right at your 382, and you probably would go a little bit below it, but you put a line right there, you know, finding support, previous resistance, that wouldn't be crazy at all. Checking back and then going. So if we move down to about 16 bucks, a little bit below that, don't be scared. I think it'll be fine. And if not, you're just going to continue from here. But I kind of would anticipate that you would move back down. 4 hour looks really hot, but the price action is just like you're so hot, but you're not continuing. Volume's dying off a little bit. It wouldn't be crazy if you pulled back. But then inevitably, I would think you'd see the next phase up from here, which would take you to $32. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Previous area of support right there, 32 bucks. It's kind of like a high point here, rejection or a support point there. It's your next kind of fib area besides the 1886, and it's more significant than the 1886. I think so. Over the weeks, over the months, that's where you want to go, $32. But for the time being, in the more immediate terms, don't be surprised if you fall just below 16 bucks. That's ICP. Luna C on Binance. No, that was on BitGet. This is Binance? Okay. Do you have it? We can do it on this. Whatever. Oh. I don't like the weekly RSI. It's not totally discouraging, but it's not encouraging. I do like the daily price action. It's looking nice. Finding support where you should find support. Again, kind of the idea when you're in an uptrend with the 123 moving RSI, moving average. When you're up with the 123 moving average and the long-term RSI, you're above the 50. Anytime you're below the 123 moving average, it's a good time to buy. Essentially, it's like the ideal times to buy. And you can see that here, right? Both times, quite literally. Same thing when you're in a downtrend, best times to sell, right? Even around it. It just depends. Sometimes, not all assets, and here's something, guys. It's not always like that because not all assets respect the 123. A lot of them do, but there are some that don't. They just don't care. And at times, they'll show respect on it, and at other times, they'll just disregard it completely. So every chart has its own personality. Get to know your chart before you just apply a end-all, be-all rule on it, if that makes sense. Because it's an idea. It's not necessarily a requirement. I love it, dude. It looks so good. I will say, though, you're in a position where this would not look good, rejecting the 382. If you reject it here, you'd very much want to hold support here, but I wouldn't expect that you would. I would expect that you go lower. Interesting. Luna C. Oh, man. I think it does want to go lower, guys. I think you're looking at 3011 to 4099. Wow, 9915, yeah. 786 to 886. Yeah. Kind of a double top look, man. Why do I keep doing that? I mean, like, really, if you get below that 618 again, you're running the risk of going all the way back down to 4065, 4045, man. And it's not a good look. Prove me wrong. Get a week to close above 302. I know it's not the answer you're looking for there, B. Van Balpen. I know it's not, but hopefully you come down and you hold support on these higher lows that you've been forming, and you just continue to consolidate. Hopefully you're forming some kind of like ascending triangle and you break outwards. But as of right now, I do think you're moving lower, and you probably do move down to around that 4013, 40s, yeah, probably around 4013, 4014 area. You're at 40s, or I said 40s, I'm sorry, 30s. Those are 30s. Instead of 40s, 30s. You're at 3016 right now. So that's lunacy. Probably wants to move down for the more immediate term. Mady. Lady. USD meme coin. Mady meme coin. It even says it in the name. Okay. It's done all right for itself, yeah. Probably top heavy. You're in the 90s on your weekly RSI. Pretty overbought for a little while. Daily RSI looks fine though. Price action doesn't look too bad either. High to low. I like it. Yeah, probably goes up higher. You probably move to, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 6, 6. You're at, I think, 6 zeros, 3 now. So yeah, 100% increase. You could go to 5 zeros, 1, 1. You might. You just might. But yeah, looks like it wants to see, with the way it looks on the fibs, I would think you do want to go up to at least this 886, the 1886, if not the 2272. RSI looks fine. Weekly RSI is hot, but you know, it could stand for one more hoorah to the upside and then down. 4 hour looks fine too. Yeah. I think you want up. That's my lady. PSP. Paraswap. Do we have another chart to use? Maybe gate.io. Yeah, there we go. High to low. Looking productive, it probably wants to move higher. When you get above 6.8 cents on a weekly basis, when you close above it on a weekly basis, you're likely going to 11.7, if not 18.9. Let's call it 19 cents. 11.7 to 19 cents. Once you confirm a week to close above 6.8. So that's your target right now. Look for that 6.8 cent area. Close a week, not just a day above it. If you close multiple days, okay, that might be good too, but a week would be nice. And I think you will. Lower lows in your RSI, higher lows in your price. Looks good. Hidden bullish divergence. Daily RSI was oversold. You bounced right off your 50 area. Got just below the 123. It strikes again, man. Every single low that you've had, it's been below the 123 moving average. It's been the ideal time to buy, and that's what sent you higher. So absolutely, I think you are. You're moving up from here. That's PSP. Fetch.ai, man, this thing's been the talk of the town, hasn't it? Maybe not over the past week or two, but it's been doing well. It's been doing real well. Without me, I might add. I don't own any of it, and it's doing so good for itself. 52 cents all the way up to, you know, relatively recently from this move. Back in February, you were at 50 cents, man. Now you're at $2. You're almost at $3. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And you're consolidating. You're looking good, bro. You look like you want to move higher. Yeah, whoa, you're overbought on your long term. That doesn't happen, man. That's crazy. You're very, very hot right now, Fetch. But your daily looks good. The price action, it looks so good, man. You want to go. You're at $3 now. We'll see you at $4.70. If not, potentially all the way up to like $9.12. Looking good. Yeah, you want higher. You want to go higher. You might be doing it now. However, if you eject from here, if you close below like $2.70 on a daily basis, that might not look good. truthfully, you need to close below about 240 to really be scary. But for now, I think you're looking good. You look frisky. You want to go up to about 470, 480. You're at 294 now, so that's fetch. Looking good for a more immediate term move up, I would say. If I'm wrong, you're going to pull all the way back down to about $1.25, man, if not lower, if I'm wrong. But that's fetch. Let's talk about render, RNDR. Render token. I got some people in the real world that are asking about it too, man. I've said I liked it for months now. And I've talked to a couple people that want. They were talking about it back here, man. They were talking about it back here, and I told them I thought it would go up more. I thought it was fine, and they're still asking me here. They're like, "Do you think it's still good to get in?" I'm like, "You haven't gotten into it. Like, what? You're just gonna ask me, and I'm gonna tell you yes, and then you're not gonna get in because you're scared? Like, what? Come on, man. Stop fucking around, man. Put your big boy pants on." That's neither here nor there. But guys, on that note, I want to say anytime, I'm speaking for my own personal experience, anytime I make a purchase, especially when I'm doing it with money that like I'm serious about, right? I mean, damn, man, I made a purchase recently on pajamas, a meme coin, and even that got my heart racing a little bit, let alone with real money. Like that wasn't real money that I was betting. It was just for funsies. But man, whenever you're putting money in that you care about, even if you're buying at the best price possible, you're going to be a bit nervous. You're going to have your emotions flutter. I mean, maybe not. Maybe some of you won't. But it's an exciting and a bit nerve-wracking feeling. You want to make sure you're doing it right. So the one thing that you're going to do if you do it wrong is if you hesitate, if you're too patient, if you have an opportunity that you deem is somewhat good, and you're like, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. You know, it does look like it wants to go up higher, but maybe it'll come down, and then I'll buy it. It's like that. It doesn't happen. Like after an insane pump like this, okay, maybe it will come down. Maybe that will come down. Waiting here was probably fine. But back here, when you're consolidating like this, I don't know, especially whenever you had that week, it should have been like, okay, there is a form of trader or investor called breakout traders, right? And on this, it's totally acceptable to buy. And hey, you continued to go on. You went from essentially with the top of that breakout being at about 585, went all the way up to 1350. You would have killed it still. Even buying late, you would have killed it still. But you're absolutely buying late here. Enough about that though. I'm just saying it's okay to feel emotions is really the main point of that last part. No matter where you're buying, whether you're buying at a decent price, a good price, the best price, same thing for selling. You're gonna have your emotions run wild. It's not about the emotions. Your emotions will lie to you in this game. That nerve will make you feel like, am I doing it right? Is this right? Maybe I should wait. That nerve will kill you, man. You need to seize the day, seize the opportunity when it comes. And right now we're before the halving, guys. It's the time to get in. If you're not in crypto, man, right now, you're not. That's not good risk management. It's very bad risk management. Even on this pump without a sizable retracement, I'd be like, dude, get some exposure up here. Start buying DCA, not just for render, for any coin, you know. But none of this financial advice. It's just my genuine opinion. But I would think you pull back to about 854. Enough talk. You're at $11. I would think you pull back to 854. You're pretty hot on the RSI. You went all the way up to 95, man. You're pulling back. I mean, it's fine. You could go back to 854, go to your overbought zone, bounce off of it, even go lower, form a higher low still in your weekly RSI. You look fine. Daily RSI looks, it doesn't look too bad. Decreasing volume as you're moving up, though. You probably go lower. You probably do. Yeah, I think so. I think so. You're looking a little bit huggy, a little flirty with this. You probably do go lower. So in which case, I would take probably this fib. 554. Does that sound right? Is that what I was saying a second ago? Yeah, 550 to 560. Sounds about right to me, man. Maybe you hold support, maybe, at $8.54, maybe. Look for that. If you find support at about 850, then cool. But if not, you're going down to about 550, 560. All right, that's render. Looking like it wants to go down a little bit more. Provide you a chance to buy lower. This is, again, not to get things confused, this is an appropriate time to wait. It's not an appropriate time to FOMO. But again, I do stand by it. Last week you're down 17% already from your recent high, or you're more than that from your recent high, but from the week, you're already down a decent bit. If you have no exposure in this thing, even though I think it's going lower, it never hurts to get some exposure. Take 100% of what you're planning to put into this, put like 10% in. 15%, 20%, not financial advice. It's just what I would do, especially if I was late to the party. I definitely would not throw all of it in right now. But yes, you heard it right. Even expecting the price to potentially go down as low as $5.50, and you're at $11 now. It's a 50% drop. I would DCA into this. If I didn't have any, if I was holding some, I would neither sell here nor buy here. I would just wait for it to pull back. And if it doesn't pull back, I'd look to put it in other things that do pull back more. But that's just my thoughts on render. Let's move on from there to IOTX and finish this bad boy up. David Thurman, we're doing this one for you, man. IOTX. IOTX, USD, Gemini, Coinbase, ERC20. Maybe crypto. Maybe Coinbase. Yep, Coinbase it is. So high to low here. Looking good. Looking pretty good. If you pull back, you're going down about 5.23 cents. You're at 7.57 now, but I have a feeling you're going higher. Yeah, I think so. Let's see this more relative fib real quick. I'd like to see you not break below 7 cents on a daily basis. You can go below it, but don't close below it on a daily basis. Don't close a day below 7 cents. If you can sustain above 7 cents on a closing daily basis, you are moving up to 10.5 cents, 12.2 cents, 16.4 cents, and anywhere in between. And I would think closer to this 12.2 to 16.4 cents. That's where your 61869 is on the more grand scale. So yeah. Heavy emphasis on that, let's call it really like 12.3 to 16.1 cent area. As long as you're closing days above 7 cents. If you close days below 7 cents, request this video again, man. Request this coin again, because you're probably coming back down to about, actually don't request it again. If you close below 7 cents, you're probably going down to about 5 cents, 5.2 cents, somewhere around there. And that's all I got to say. That's everything, man. So to announce tonight's winner, the winner for this evening, out of all the coins that really stood out, that looked the best, I mean, dude, let's be fair. Goldfinch has been crushing it. Polyswarm looks good too, Jonas the brother. But the one to me, and I think I did it again, man, that looks like it wants to grow the most in the shortest amount of time, because Goldfinch, it's already grown the most. It's already done phenomenal. Could it grow more? Sure, but I think what stands to grow more from here on out, at least in the more immediate term time frame, is what was it? Was it Velo? It was Velo. It was Velo. That was that. So the Unleavened Baptist, you are tonight's winner. Congratulations. Good job. I will see you guys on the next one. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water, man, and get good sleep. Being hydrated as well as being like well slept in all forms, it's good, man. It's good. It's a good way to live. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. I'll see you on the next one.